So here are two special cases of graphing lines. We have looked at slope-intercept form, and there are a couple of lines or a couple of equations of lines that give us two special cases, okay? So let's look at this one first. I have the equation y equals 2. So this looks sort of like what we've been doing, right? But what's missing? Can you think of what's missing? The x is missing, right? There's no x. So could I write this in slope-intercept form? Well, it starts with y equals, and that's how slope-intercept form starts. How many x's are up there? There's 0x, right? So y equals 0x plus 2. So what's m? The slope is 0. And what's b? The y-intercept is 2. So think about that. What would that look like? What does a line with a y-intercept of 2 and a slope of 0 look like? Give it a guess. What do you think? Okay, let's talk about it one other way and then we'll see. Let's do this with a table. So I'm going to make a table and I'm going to choose my x values of -1, 0, 1, and 2. All right? But look at the equation. There's nothing to plug in for x. What are they telling me about y in this line? Y is always 2. They're telling me in this line that y is always 2. Regardless of what x is, y is 2. So -1, y is 2. X is 0, y is 2. We already knew that, right? Because our y-intercept is 2. X is 1, y is 2. X is 2, y is 2. Now let's graph and see what happens. So -1, 2 is here. 0, 2 is here. 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so let's connect these points. Or actually, not connect them. Let's draw a line through these points. That's not too terrible, is it? And what happens? I get a horizontal line. Is that what you guessed over here? What kind of line has a slope of 0? A horizontal line, right? So this has a y-intercept of 2 and is a horizontal line. It's a slope of 0. So if you have y equals something, whatever that something is, that is always going to be a horizontal line through that point, okay? Horizontal line. Okay, so let's do a couple of practice problems. Okay, so, I'm sorry, y equals -3. Y equals -3. So this is telling me that on this line, y is always -3. So on the y-axis, I go down to -3. This is a horizontal line, so I'm going to pick a couple of points where y is -3, and I'm going to draw a horizontal line. So that's the line y equals -3. Now, what about y equals 5? Well, this is a horizontal line. If it's y equals a number with no x, it's a horizontal line. I go up to 5 on the y-axis. Since it's a horizontal line, I'm going to pick me a few points there. I'm going to draw my line through them. And that is the line y equals 5. I forgot to name this one, didn't I? It is y equals -3. Okay, so that's what you do when it's just y equals a number. Now, what about when it's x equals a number? You could probably guess based on what we just did, what you think might happen here. But here, x equals a number. Well, can we write this in slope-intercept form? Well, there's no y, right? So there is no slope-intercept form because slope-intercept form has to have y equals, right? Y equals mx plus b. So let's use a table. What are they telling me about this line? They're telling me that x always equals 2. So let's choose three points, three values of 2, and let's pick whatever we want for y. Let's let y be -1, y be 0, y be 3. Okay, so let's graph. So if I go 2, -1, that's that point. 2, 0 is here, and 2, 3 is here. So if, all right, here goes my line drawing skills with this pen. That may be the best one yet. What do you think? Okay, so what kind of line is that? That is a vertical line, right? A vertical line. Is that what you guessed a second ago? Hopefully so. If it's x is always that number. So if it's x equals some number, then that is always going to be a vertical line. Okay, so y equals a number is horizontal, x equals a number is vertical. Let's do a couple of. Okay, so if you want to try these two on your own, you can, or you can listen along and do it with me. All right, so x equals -4. So if it's x equals a number, that's a vertical line. X is always -4 on this line. So I go to -4 on the x-axis. And maybe if I had the marker picked, that would be better. So x is -4. So I'm going to pick a couple of points where x is -4. There's -4, 0, -4, 2, -4, 4. I'm going to draw or attempt to, and I get the vertical line x equals -4. Okay. All right. What about x equals 5? This is telling me that x is always equal to 5. So I find 5 on the x-axis. I do a couple of points where x is 5. This would be 5, 0, 5, 2, and 5, -2. And I draw what should be a vertical line. Okay, a vertical line has undefined slope. That's one reason its equation is weird. And there is no slope-intercept form for this because the slope is undefined. Okay, so y equals a number is horizontal, x equals a number is vertical. That's all you need to know to graph your two special cases of lines.